Today I'm making one of my favourite batch cooked meals, a chili con carne. It's simple, hearty and full of flavour, great for making in batches and for freezing later. So here's the ingredients. We need some mince, onion, chili peppers and chili powder or flakes if you're brave enough, some ground cumin, some oregano, a couple of cans of tomato or passata or both, kidney beans or any beans you've got, red wine or a red wine stock pot, and a beef stock cube or a stock pot. Here we go then. I'm using my older slow cooker for this one, so I've got it switched on and on high heat to warm up. Splash of oil in a pan, and all I'm doing now is wiping the oil around the frying pan. I'm not going to try and fry the meat, I just don't want it to stick to the pan. This is a Le Creuset pan and it's getting past its best. So heat the mince through to colour it. I'm using pork mince this time, I never used pork mince before. When it comes to meat in a slow cooker, I'm pretty old school really. I don't know why, I was told a long time ago to always sear your meat before you put it in a slow cooker. I don't know why, but I still do it, and I think it adds a little bit of firmness to the meat. If you don't do it, the mince can go a bit soggy, a bit floppy. So keep stirring it, get your onions ready, 2 onions. Just coarsely dice these, coarsely chop them. It's all going to melt down in the slow cooker anyway. You can see the mince taking on a bit of colour now. Keep stirring the mince, get it nicely browned off. And just before the mince finishes browning off, we need to flavour the meat. I'm using a tablespoon of oregano and a tablespoon of ground cumin. You can get 2 types of oregano, Turkish and Mexican. I prefer Turkish for this one. Mexican tends to be a little bit more bitty, even though this is a Mexican type dish. The mince is cooked through and brown now, so it's into the slow cooker with it. Some people strain the juices off. I cannot see any point whatsoever of doing that. You've just cooked the meat for all that time and you're going to throw away a lot of the goodness. So in the slow cooker with it. And in with the onions. Let's get some wet stuff in there now. So it's in with a can of tomatoes, and I'm using 100 ml of passata as well. You can use 2 cans of chopped tomatoes. Or if you're feeling like it, you can use 3 or 4 boxes of passata. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm using 2 cayenne peppers for this one, 2 cayenne chilies. Nothing too hot, just roughly chop them and throw them in. I was going to put some chili flakes in, but I thought, well, if I make it a bit cooler, I can always add some heat later on, or a couple of months' time, if I'm making something a bit warmer. If I make it too hot now, I'm stuck with a hot chili, if you know what I mean. It makes sense to me anyway. In with some red wine, 175 ml of red wine, or a red wine stock pot. I'm using a stock pot. I didn't fancy buying a bottle of wine just for this. And in with a beef stock cube. I suppose a pork cube would be more appropriate, but I didn't have any. In with some beans. I'm using black beans and kidney beans. Drain them both, strain them both. I don't like pouring the liquid in. Here's my little wiggle waggler of can opener. I love this. Give it all a good mixing. Now, if you're wondering why my slow cooker's moving around, one of the rubber feet is missing. I might have to buy a new one, or put some masking tape on it. And because I used a red wine stock pot, instead of 175 ml of red wine, I'm adding 175 ml of water. And there we are. All we need to do now is wait for it to cook. So 4, 5, maybe 6 hours on high, 8 or 9 hours on low. You can make this first thing in the morning, come back after your Saturday, and there it is, ready for you.
Well, here we go.
Lovely jubbly.
That's about 6 hours on high, that was.
You'll notice that some of the meat in there doesn't look like mince. And what it is, it's a leftover doner kebab. So I sliced the doner bits up and threw them in. Waste not, want not. Purists might say this is a little bit too runny for a chilli. It's how I like it, and I find it's easier to freeze when it's like this. Here we go then. Digwell's chili con carne. And all con carne means is with meat. So there's plenty of meat in there. A lot of beans as well. That is just right for me. I don't like a chili too hot. I like to be able to, savour the flavours, I suppose. I'm liking this one. And this is the first time ever, I think, first time ever that I've used pork. And it works very, very well. It's got a very bacony sort of smell to it, which I'd normally put into a beef chilli. Bits of bacon fried first. Oh, I'm loving this one. Bit of cheddar cheese, bit of salsa, bit of sour cream on top. Rice, Mexican rice, tacos, fajita wraps with lettuce, with, whatever. This will be serving me for about 3 days, plus all the bits I freeze as well. And there you have it, my easy chili con carne. I tell you, it took just as long voicing over this video as it did to do the prep work. This one is perfectly spiced, nice and rich, and ideal for freezing. And here I'm just portioning it up for the freezer the day after. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and check out my other batch cook recipes. There's plenty more where this came from. Take care guys, look after yourself, and I'll catch you on the next recipe.